Professor Krstulovic.
Yes, I'm here. Good morning.
Good morning.
I cannot share screen because I can see my presentation.
We saw some very interesting picture.
Yes.
Of the cat. You have a share screen button below the
Yes.
button. Yeah.
But I have a note my screen. You cannot start screen share while the other participant is sharing.
This is not your.
No, it's not my desktop.
Okay. Okay. I'm asked. I think that Professor Marinovic needs to stop sharing his presentation.
Yeah. Okay. I try now.
Okay.
Okay. Can you see it?
Yes.
now?
Yes, we can see now.
Mm-hmm.
When you are ready.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. Once again, my name is Sasa Krstulovic, and I'm co-author on this paper named Pre-Competitive Anxiety Differences Between Youth, Female and Male Karate Athletes with Jurica Matanovic, Marko Erceng, and Goran Kovacic. We are all from Fakultet of Kinesiology, University of Split. A few words in introduction. Emotions have a big role in sport, so we know that, and so far they have been the subject of many researches. This especially applies to anxiety that occurs in many athletes, particularly younger age categories. Anxiety can be described as a feeling of unease, fear, and tension, followed by activation of autonomic nervous system. However, competitive stress arising from anxiety doesn't always have to have a negative connotation. Positivity or negativity of stress stems from the constitution, from the attitude of the athlete himself. When it comes to stress resulting from anxiety, psychological and physical changes occur, such as increased heart rate, blood pressure, sweating, bad concentration, so on. Therefore, it's common to divide anxiety into cognitive and somatic anxiety. Cognitive anxiety is associated with psychological processes concerning negative expectation, while somatic anxiety refers to physical manifestation of anxiety. Researchers confirm that high levels of anxiety have a negative impact on athletic performance. Also, there is much evidence about negative impact of anxiety in combat sport in general. There is evident lack of that kind of research in karate. Therefore, the main objective of this research is first to determine the severity of pre-competitive anxiety in young karate athletes, and second, to identify possible differences in the degree of pre-competition anxiety between female and male karate athletes. The sample of subjects comprised of 20 female and 20 male karate competitors. They are all about mean age were 17.2. To determine the level of pre-competitive anxiety, subjects completed well-known CSAI-2 questionnaire 1 hour before the national competition. The basic descriptive parameters of all variables applied are calculated, and in order to determine the differences in pre-competitive anxiety between male and female karate athletes, t-test for independent samples was applied. Table 1 shows that young karate athletes of both genders exhibit a moderate degree of pre-competitive anxiety. Cognitive anxiety mean value was 2.77, somatic anxiety 2.90, while their confidence is slightly higher. Mean was 3.33. The results in table 2 show that no statistically significant differences were identified between male and female athletes. Since these are not elite athletes, a relatively high value of pre-competitive anxiety was expected. Additionally, no gender differences in perception of competition are in line with previous research. So I suggest in future research should link the degree of pre-competitive anxiety and situational performance in the same competition. And also it would be interesting to determine the expression of traits of emotional stability in karatekas and the relation of this trait with situational pre-competitive anxiety, something which Professor Marinovic just talked about in last presentation. So thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Professor Krstulovic, for interesting presentation. Do we have some questions for Professor Krstulovic? If not, I have one question for you, Professor. You show us some data about pre-competition anxiety status of your athletes. Have you assessed their profiles, something similar like Professor Marinovic for that athletes, and compare according to that profile what is an anxiety status of your athletes?
No, unfortunately, we just this was the part of one master thesis of one student, so we just provide the CSAI questionnaire, but I already said maybe in some future investigation it would be interesting to
it will be interesting
conduct
according to some profile to see what is there.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
If you don't have